What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, and I just got one question for y'all. What happened to the PBC going bankrupt? What happened to the PBC losing all its money, being broke, being non-existent like HBO? What happened to PBC falling off like y'all said it would? You see, y'all didn't fool me. I knew what time it was. I knew why the PBC hate was prevalent. It was prevalent because one main reason was because this is the thing. The I hate PBC, that meant something else. That was code for I hate black fighters for a long time. Unless you were walking in the ilk of a Timothy Bradley, Timothy Bradley was the I can't stand Floyd Mayweather type of guy. Unless you was walking in that ilk for a long time, a lot of people couldn't stand a lot of the black fighters who were around because of the bravado that they fought with, or so on and so forth. And a lot of the black fighters were under the PBC stable. A lot of black fighters with a lot of bravado, with a lot of machismo about themselves, like Tank Davis, Jermell and Jamal Charlo, Deontay Wilder, right? Even Errol Spence is real chill and calm and collected, but he's a dog and he talks some dog shit at times, right? And people were waiting for Errol Spence to lose to be a hype job. They were waiting for Tank to lose to be a hype job. They were waiting for Jermell Charlo to get knocked out and all this and all of that, for Jamal Charlo to get knocked out. They were waiting for Deontay Wilder's demise for the longest, because they didn't like that bravado and that machismo and that type of aggression and energy coming from the black fighters. And so they were like, I hate the PBC, because they hated those black fighters under the PBC stable. That's what it was. And so you didn't fool me. So they were praying on the downfall of the PBC. They wanted all the PBC fighters to be proven as hype job. All the PBC fighters I named, the black dudes, okay? A lot of the other Hispanic fighters under the PBC, they didn't have no hate and angst against them at all. At all. They did not. It was only directed at the black fighters. And so you say I hate the PBC to say I hate them black fighters for sure. Okay? Then another reason that the PBC was hated so much was that a lot of the black fighters were running to the PBC after leaving other promotional companies, after citing racial bias and racial prejudices from the other promotional companies like Top Rank. They would come over to PBC, and like they would talk that about Golden Boy and Top Rank. They would come over to PBC and be like, Al Haymon, man, he look out for us. Al Haymon keep us paid. He makes sure the fighters get paid. The fighters are getting paid properly and compensated for being the warriors that we are. People didn't like that rhetoric. Not about getting paid properly. It was about them saying that, hey, I'm leaving this other promotional company because they got racial prejudice and racial bias. People hated that because a lot of people in this world do not like talks about race. They want to pretend it does not exist. They don't want to have any conversations about race because they're a lot of what they call black people that talk about racism. They call them snowflakes. A lot of them are real snowflakes. They really soft ass motherfuckers who really just, don't talk about race, right? And so when they bring it up and they say I'm leaving this other company because of racial bias, and they come to Al Haymon is looked at as the black savior, as the savior of the black fighters, and they don't want him to have that label. They don't want him to have that type of narrative attached to his name. So they like, you know what? We're gonna hate the PBC motherfuckers. Fuck the PBC, right? Again, the I hate PBC, that was code word for I don't hate. That was a code word for I hate black fighters. It really was. And I saw it clear as day. And it started with Floyd Mayweather. Then it trickled down to his fighter, Tank. Then it trickled down to Errol Spence. Then Deontay Wilder, the Charlo twins, so on and so forth. I saw this shit, and for all that talk about the PBC falling off, the PBC going broke, for all that type of talk, right? The PBC is on fire right now, delivering us all the fights we want to see. It already delivered Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Now you got Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Then Canelo Alvarez just signed to PBC. Canelo is going to be over there fighting Jamal Charlo, more than likely David Benavidez, and then he also is going to fight Errol Spence probably as the last fight. PBC on fire right now. And a lot of YouTubers and bloggers are mad, but they shouldn't be because they're bringing us all the fights we want to see. They mad, they pissed off about it, and people want to see PBC fail because they don't like Al Haymon. They don't like him being viewed as the savior, the black savior from racial prejudices and racial bias from other promotional companies. They despise that. They despise that he's looked at as a guy who can save you from all those type of things. You want to come, you don't want to be discriminated against, you don't want to be treated badly. What Errol Spence tell Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, you don't treat black fighters well, brother, right? And Errol Spence swears by Al Haymon. People don't like that. They hate that shit. How could you talk about the Golden Boy being racist or being against race? It doesn't make any sense. He has other black fighters. Man, that's because another person got. I don't know if Oscar Oscar did say some shit in them emails though. He did say some shit in them emails, right? But yet and still, we don't know sometimes if people are racist or not. But just because a person has black fighters in their stable does not mean they aren't racist. That don't mean that. That's like saying because a white dude or a non-black person has sex with a black girl or they have an attraction to black women, that don't mean that they like everybody that's black. They just thinking with their penis. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about, dog? What are we talking about? But man, a lot of the YouTubers who hate Al Haymon for being looked at as a black savior, a lot of the YouTubers who hate a lot of the prominent black boxers, right? They ran and started the narrative that the PBC was going to go out of business. They losing money. They going to be gone in a few years. They were whispering this shit for a while. And now a lot of the big fights are coming out of the PBC stable. And you know, boxing's golden goose, Canelo Alvarez just came and ran over there with Al Haymon to the PBC to get his bag. So what that tell you? PBC doing something right. They doing something correctly. If them boxers are swearing by Al Haymon, it's not even just a black boxer swearing by Al Haymon. Mikey Garcia and them used to love Al all the time. Danny Garcia and them love Al. You know, so y'all tell me, you know, it's something Al Haymon doing right. He getting them boys paid. And as they should be compensated properly, they're warriors. A lot of these fighters, after they done, we look at them at these Hall of Fame events, they don't got their faculties, they slowing their words, they can barely stand upright, they got all type of limps and aches when they walk. We can't understand them. They're whispering, like it sounds like they're whispering when they talk. Like look at Terry Norris, man. Look at Motor City Cobra, Tommy Hearns. Listen to how he sound. Listen to how Shane Mosley talk, man. You don't even be knowing what Shane be saying for real sometimes. Look at how Lights Out James Toney talk. Come on, man. Look at how Floyd Mayweather Sr. talks at times. You don't be knowing what some of these fighters, these former fighters are saying. You can't understand them. Their faculties have diminished. So it's important that these dudes get compensated well to take care of their families, their wives, their children, their children's children, their children's children's children, their great-great-grandchildren, all of that, man. Because they put their body on their line for our entertainment on a regular basis. And Al Haymon like, look, I'm going to make sure you get all the bread you owed. I'm going to make sure once you're done, you be all good once you're retired from this sport. As it should be done. But a lot of people don't like that because when they say Al Haymon doing this right, and they like, hey, man, that promotional company Top Rank, they had a lot of bias or something in our direction. I ain't really rock with them. When they say, man, Golden Boy wouldn't really treat me right, doing me bogus, the way Golden Boy was doing Zab Judah when he fought Danny Garcia and shit like that. And Danny was like, Zab was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Danny family calling me all type of N-words and stuff. I'm in a basement and all that. He all in a nice little penthouse. This is crazy. He's in a nice little plush little locker room. This shit is unbelievable, man. I don't get what type of stuff is this. You know what I'm saying? And he looking at Oscar like, man, this some bullshit. You know, Zab Judah, a former world-class, undisputed champion, right? World-class champion. And he looking like, yo, Golden Boy, how y'all doing me like this? And then they rock with Al Haymon after that. And then it's like, oh my God, they trying to look at Al Haymon like he's a savior. They trying to paint him that he's the upright, holy guy, that he just does right by everybody. That shit can't be true. Al Haymon can't be that good. And fuck those black fighters that signed with Al Haymon. I don't like Deontay Wilder. I don't like Errol Spence. I don't like Gervonta Davis. I don't like the Charlo twins. Right? I know all that shit, man. You can see that shit a mile away, man. Come on, man. You can see it clear as day. So it wasn't just they don't like the PBC because, oh my God, the PBC, they're not putting on good fights. No, it's really, PBC, I hate PBC was, meant I hate black fighters. And you can hear the angst in the voice. You can hear the vitriol in people's voices when they talked about the PBC. And then they would use racial little code words. They would be dog whistling in the phrases and stuff that they would use. right? You can see certain words and certain phrases and shit they were saying about PBC fighters and say, oh no, you really got a problem with these black fighters. It's not the PBC, right? Because you like Danny Garcia. You like Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? You like individuals like, you like Luis Ortiz and all them. You don't like Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis. You don't like Al Haymon being looked at as a savior. You don't like that shit. So now it's the, oh, PBC going out of business. Fuck the PBC. You know? All of that. You even had some black people hating on Al Haymon and saying fuck Al Haymon. Because they were fans of other fighters and other promotional companies. Right? Like when Terrence Crawford when he re-signed with Bob Arum and he stayed loyal to Top Rank. And people was questioning why is Terrence Crawford doing that. A lot of the black fans who were a lot of the black individuals who were fans of Terrence Crawford started the I hate the PBC train, right? Because they didn't want Terrence Crawford to be questioned for signing back to Top Rank. But it was like, why you signing with Top Rank if you want the fight that you say you want to make the fight, and you say Errol Spence ducking you and he dodging you and all of that, and they running from the fight and all this, and all the other fighters in the welterweight division running from the fights with you. Why you don't just go over there with the PBC and make this shit happen, and then so you can be in line to get the fights that you really want to get? You know what I'm saying? So people won't be questioning your resume. So but people didn't like Terrence Crawford being questioned. Excuse me. People didn't like Terrence Crawford being questioned for signing with Bob Arum. So they're like, you know what? We're gonna start this I hate PBC, I hate Al Haymon train. Cause fuck them PBC dudes. Fuck Al Haymon. We ride with Terrence Crawford wherever he at. Give a fuck. It's Bob Arum over Al Haymon any day of the week. It was black fighters doing that. I mean, black fans doing that too. So I seen that the PBC is the devil type narrative going around with black fans too that were supreme Terrence Crawford fans. So I saw that shit. But anyway, man, nonetheless, I'm gone. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.